Bread. I love bread.
I love bread.
FitMenCook eats instant rice. What up, guys? Welcome back to the FitMenCook channel. This is Grocery Store Essentials, Packaged Foods Edition. Let's get to it. Now, a lot of you all have asked me, Kev, how in the world do you come up with so many quick and easy, delicious recipes? Having ingredients that are quality is essential to maintaining variety in your diet. It can make the difference between making a great homemade stir fry or ordering some takeout, and not the healthy kind. Today's video is brought to you in partnership with my friends over at Chase. Now, as a personal Chase Freedom card holder, I'm all about maximizing spend. So right now through June 30th, you can get 5% cash back rewards on your grocery purchases. Be rewarded in your diet for all the healthy food, but also in your wallet. All right, let's go. Now remember, guys, that these are items that you should just have on hand. They are not for any exact recipe. So that way, when you're ready to cook up something healthy, you're good to go. In terms of vegetables, I love to get the frozen vegetables over the canned vegetables. My go-tos, green beans, frozen edamame. I love to toss this into stir fries or into other dishes to boost the level of protein content. Then some frozen broccoli for a boost of fiber. You know I gotta load up on the cauliflower, it's the go-to. Kevin takes the pass from the cauliflower. He fakes. Oh, and ambition got the best of them. And as you load up on your frozen veggies, don't forget about your frozen fruits. Berries are a great low-calorie but high-flavor treat. If I'm feeling fancy or if it's a payday, I may go ahead and splurge and get some mango as well. Frozen coconut. Putting these into a smoothie in the morning time makes the smoothie much more creamy, and it doesn't water it down either. Tomatoes. I don't think a week goes by that I do not have some form of tomato sauce, tomato paste, or crushed tomatoes in my pantry. You gotta think beyond just the traditional spaghetti or pizza recipe. Nice gumbo or jambalaya, or even just putting a little bit of tomato paste on some roast and putting it into your slow cooker can create a delicious beefy gravy. And it goes without saying, but you should always look for the ones that have low sodium or no salt added. And don't ever get caught without having adequate broth in your pantry. Broths are especially helpful for those cold, rainy days when you don't want to leave the house and you're not feeling well, and you want to take everything from your freezer, throw it into a pot, and mix in some broth. And don't forget vegetable broth too, guys. Such a carnivore, oh my gosh.
That salad's totally grossing me out. I've completely lost my appetite.
Rice. And if you're like the many people out there, I know you probably have bags of dry rice, of dry quinoa, of dry beans in your pantry. But do you have instant rice? FitMenCook eats instant rice? You're darn right I do. Because sometimes you're in a pinch and you don't have a lot of time, you just need to go ahead and get those macros in. When you're purchasing brown rice, you want to get the kind that is unflavored. That's the kind that I generally get. Got some plain brown rice, some plain jasmine rice. Make it rain. International inspiration. Make sure that you've got a little bit of ethnic diversity in your pantry to freshen and liven up your diet. Like, for instance, I always have some red curry paste or some green curry paste because everybody needs a little bit of curry in their life. Did you get it? Because you get it, right? Like, my last name is Curry. Everyone needs a little curry, and I'll put them in here. Coconut. In terms of the coconut products, I try to get one of each kind. So I have a coconut cream, which is a thick, creamy, non-liquidy part of the coconut milk. Then I have a light coconut milk, which is extremely reduced down to just the liquid portions of it. And then I have the premium coconut milk, which is a good mix of both of these. And you need all three in your pantry. These are great to create dairy-free recipes. It's great to boost the caloric content of some of your smoothies, and also to thicken up some sauces and giving them a nice subtle coconut flavor. Bread. Love you, man. You already know what time it is. Bread, because I love bread.
I love bread.
But seriously, guys, I do try to have at least one loaf of bread in my freezer. And I like doing that because it triggers in my mind that I don't have to rush and try to consume all of these carbs at one time. I think that we forget about that. Treat yourself to a loaf of bread and then freeze it right away, and then unfreeze it in the toaster oven whenever you're ready to enjoy its slice. Condiments. Now my rule of thumb for condiments is to go low sugar and low sodium whenever possible. Barbecue sauce. Being from the South, we love our barbecue and we love our barbecue flavors. Now when it comes to the barbecue sauce, you want to try to get as low as sugar as possible. Try to incorporate brands that have less than about 15 grams of carbs per serving, and each serving is about 2 tablespoons. Now I know what you're probably thinking, yo Kev, what do you do when you want a little bit of something sweet? Kind of like a honey barbecue sauce or a honey mustard. If you want something sweet, then just add the honey yourself. That way you can control the amount of sugar that you're adding into your diet, as well as controlling the amount of sweetness in each bite. Here's a random fact about me, I'm not a fan of ketchup at all. But there are people that are out there that are not weird like me, so if you want some ketchup, try to go for ones that are lower in sodium with natural ingredients. Hot sauce. Y'all know I was not gonna leave the store without hot sauce.
I got hot sauce in my bag, swag.
And plenty of it. A lot of people are iffy about adding a whole bunch of condiments to their diet because of the amount of sodium. It's important to monitor your daily sodium intake, but remember, as an active individual, sodium can be really beneficial to your diet. And get some Dijon and some yellow mustard. And remember, if you want some honey mustard, make your own. Salad dressing. For some, this is a problematic area. For me, I don't really like too much dressing, so what I'll do is I'll opt for a fresh salsa or some fresh guacamole or some avocado instead. So I opt for things like a light Italian dressing or a light balsamic vinaigrette because they can provide a great base for marinades, for chicken, for vegetables, or for making your own type of creamy dressing by mixing in some lower fat Greek yogurt. Snack foods. Now for me, I personally try to avoid any food that is a trigger food for me. Basically that's gonna send me over the edge into a whole bunch of binge eating. So instead of buying salty, delicious, crispy potato chips, I opt for raw nuts instead. Now raw nuts and seeds can be a little bit more on the pricey side, so what you should do, you should buy these periodically and gradually build up the amount that you have in your pantry. So today, I think I'm gonna fill up on some raw cashews. Like everything else I've talked about today, you always want to buy raw. So buy raw nuts and seeds. If you want them salty, add your own salt. If you want them sweet, add your own coconut sugar. If you want them roasted and sweet and salty, then roast them, then add your own salt and coconut sugar. Nut butter. Add some high energy and some clean energy to your pantry by making sure that you have some nut butters. Again, make sure they are raw, natural. The only thing in there is just these nuts. I'm never gonna grow up, guys. Sorry. When you're hankering for some soda or when you want the feeling of soda but not the added calories, get yourself some mineral water. So, drink up.
Stay thirsty, my friends.
And remember guys, these are just things that I have in my pantry, in my freezer, ready to go at any time. So build up your pantry and your freezer over time gradually. It'll be much more cost effective that way. All right guys, that is it for grocery store essentials for the pantry and freezer edition. I want you to comment below on this video and add your go-to items that you must have on hand to keep your diet healthy and fresh. Until next time guys, I want to thank y'all for watching. Keep it healthy, but of course what? That's right, never ever boring. Ooh!